Hey everyone, welcome back to another Cut Up with Chris. Going for the coldest shave I can get out of my den, using the coldest soap and splash and everything that's in my den. Sterling Wintergreen Glacial. Now that, I believe, is the colour of wintergreen essential oil. That sort of pinky, it just smells incredible. I love it, absolutely love it. I love wintergreen mints, wintergreen chewing gum, wintergreen anything. Liniment, sports liniment for your muscles, absolutely anything, I just love it. And this smells phenomenal. Scent strength's a good 7 out of tub, easy. And then it actually gets up to around about an 8 or a 9 normally once I get it landed up. Now, before I start, I'm going to have hopefully a little drink out of this. As you can see, that's just chockers full of ice, straight in the water. Right, brush. Morrison Fondren. 3-band bludger. 3-band bludger. Fucking Sundays. 3-band bludger. 3-band blonde badger. So it's sort of as a bludger. Squeeze some of the excess out of there. So that's the brush there. Morrison Fondren. Sort of chubby style. Made in England. Handmade in England. So it's a Lisa Beanie knot, Lisa Beanie handle. And as you can see, it's a lovely knot. It is a little bit thinner than it used to be. It's lost a few hairs like myself. Right, straight onto the soap. Definitely going to need some more water on this. It's a really dry brush. I'll just dip it now. I've been having some amazing lathers out of these natural hair brushes the past few days, and I think it's mainly because I've been overloading this shit out of them. So that's sort of my tactic or technique for natural hair brushes nowadays, is just to get as much soap in as you can, so that you can't really fail. That's the theory. Now this one doesn't lather quite as good as the mentholated. I find the glacial ones, because of that higher menthol concentrate, you don't tend to get as good a lather out of them. But Sterling, the performance of Sterling, whether you get lathers thick or thin, it's unquestionable. Bloody knackered today. I had a great sleep last night, and I think that's why I'm tired. I don't think my body's used to having a good sleep. I'm going for a good old Jared Stein load today. As you can see, it's just oozing out. Now, one thing I love about the Sterling one, so that's the brush loaded, is that it never seems to get gloopy like most other mentholated soaps that I've used. That's slick on my fingers already. Oh, that water's freezing. It's about 35 degrees here today, so that's about 97, nearly 100, something like that. It's around about there. Fahrenheit, I mean. For you guys over in the States or anywhere else that uses Fahrenheit, but 35 degrees Celsius at the moment. Now, it's not so much the soap that scares me with this shave, it's the post shave. Menthol's in my eyes already. It's just an incredible amount of menthol in this soap. You can't get it off your hands. Right, here we go. Let's get this painted on. Such a dense knot. Just at the tips. Oh, I can feel that menthol. The menthol is like easily twice as powerful as it is out of the menthol range when you use the glacial. Now, they're not all like that. I find Glacial Lemon Chill, when I had it, wasn't really much more mentholated than a normal menthol one. And I don't know if it was because of the citrus. I would love to see a lime chill glacial. I personally prefer the centre lime, but I'm assuming that there's most likely a reason why they don't. So that, as you can see, you can't, or I can't, get as thick a ladder. With the glacial range, but it's still phenomenal. You can see the gloss on it. I just don't get the voluminous lather that I get from the menthol range. Oh, gee, this is freezing cold. But the worst part about it, I haven't got my blade in the razor yet. This is freezing. Gillette Wilkinson sword. Haven't used one of these in absolutely ages. The last time I used one, I didn't get the best of shaves. Quite a few weepers. So I'm going to pop this into, I'm just going to pop it straight in because this is freezing my face off right now. I think I've gone soft over the winter using the warmer scents. Freezing. So there we go. Gillette Wilkinson sword, brand new, into the MJ90 from RazorRock. Let's get stuck in. Really cold. It's definitely the coldest soap I've used. I find it colder than Barristan Man Arctique, which I had a sample of. And I think the wintergreen adds to it. I think psychologically, wintergreen to me is an ice cold scent. There's no doubt about it, this is freezing cold, this soap, really cold. The razor feels like an ice cube, just pulling an ice cube over my face right now. Right, that was sort of the easy bit. Now comes the hard bit, ice cold water. It's freezing. So good. Oh no, this is like an ice cube. What?
Can you please make us the ice cream cones?
Yeah, I'll make them in probably 10 minutes. Yeah, about 10 minutes. Cross grain. Oh, so cold. Now, we'll say this. This isn't a soap that even a lot of people that enjoy menthol could use. It is super cold. Cold to the point that sometimes it feels like it burns.
Dada,
Oh,
come on.
I said 10 minutes, mate. great thing with this soap is you get the same performance from the non-mentholated through to the menthol, through to the glacial. You get that same cushion, glide, slickness, residual slickness. Then you top it off with Rod and Mandy's scents. I mean, look at this, it's just everywhere. It's just freezing. You can't explain it really. Now you can tell people it's the coldest thing you ever felt on your skin, but until you actually try it, you never really know. Just tidy the handle a bit, and then I'll probably dip the tips again just to allow me to build this a little bit more because there's still loads in the brush. And I'll just dip the tips and see what happens. Still, great lather. You don't need it super thick on your third pass especially. And even tastes good, the wintergreen soap, I have to say. Great thing I find with this razor is you can buff over and over with it. The chances of you over shaving are quite slim. Now this feels super smooth, but the problem is I find with a soap with this much menthol in it is you can't feel your skin. You're using an aggressive razor or a very efficient razor which isn't normally aggressive, but you might push a little bit harder. It can cause you some real issues with irritation. As it is, I think I'll be fine. But no matter what I do from this point, I will probably still cry when I use the splash at the end. Because the last time, it burned, and then it burned again, and then it burned and it burned, and it just kept burning until it was almost unbearable. Oh, Jesus. Stuff that might as well go the full hog. I've been doing 4 passes for the past week. So yeah, not as good a lather as I get from my non-mentholated soaps. or even my menthol Sterling. But the fact you can get such a good lad. From a soap with so much menthol on it, it's testament to how good the soap is. Right, on to the bit I'm not looking forward to. That's freezing. It's just really absolutely Baltic. But so good. Sterling aloe vera. Yeah, it's aloe. Witch hazel and aloe. Wintergreen glacial. This stuff burns, but doesn't burn anything like this stuff. Just like the soap, I'll see if I can show you. It is a pinky colour. So there's nothing initially with this one. You think you're going to be safe. You think there's nothing going on. Feels great. Feels lovely. Starts getting cold. Getting really cold. Now it fucking burns. Now it's burning like a motherfucker. It just gets worse and worse and worse. It is literally like someone has poured, you know that chilli? If someone watched that video with the guy shaving with chilli. Fucking Jesus. I'm sorry if I'm taking your Lord's name in vain, but I can't sometimes help it. That is incredible, the feeling, the sensation. It's just full on. Right, now while that is melting my face and my brain and everything else, I shall clean the brush out. I know you're sat there saying, what the fuck are you doing that for? I actually enjoy it. So, as much as it's a horrible feeling at the time and it's really burny, it's a sense of achievement when you get to the end of it. Now, miraculously, I haven't lost a hair in this brush today, again. I did lose one in between. I took it out and I had a look at it and I just brushed up my hand lightly and one flicked out. But other than that, nothing during a shave, which can only be good. Right, now the burn is gone. You can see I'm red raw, but the sensation I've got now is a beautiful, warm set of feel in my skin with the menthol and the coolness as well. It's a really unique feel. So once you get past that shit it burns phase, it feels great. Your skin feels refreshed. You just feel revitalised after it, and it's just drying in nicely. But I mean, you can't see how much it really whacks you. I would say that it's an allergic reaction, but it's not, because very soon after it goes, and the burn's pretty much gone now. It's just a warmth from I would imagine it's from the menthol, and it feels great now. It's just getting over that burn. I can imagine a lot of people would use that and go, fuck, I can't use that anymore, get it off me, wash it off, and never really experience the after of it. if you can get through that bit of pain, you'll reap the benefits afterwards. I mean, that's ice cold, but my skin's warm. Really weird sensation. It's still drying in, so while that's drying in, I'll rinse the soap off. I love the colour of the soap as well. It's the only soap that I've used. And it's naturally that colour, it's not been coloured that colour, it's just naturally that pinky colour. Oh. Glacial Wintergreen from Sterling. Super, super cold, super efficient, super performing. It's just an amazing soap. But the scent, if you love the scent of Wintergreen, unfortunately they don't do a menthol version of this, they just do the face melter. It's worth it for me. If you love menthol and you want a good smack in the face, there's very few things colder than that, I have to say. The only one that came close was the Glacial Spearmint. I haven't used Cryogen, that's apparently the coldest thing on earth, but this is freaking cold. And when you add the aloe vera afterwards, and then I'm going to be putting the splash on shortly. In fact, I shall put the splash on. Am I dried in? Yeah. Goes for the splash now. Give it a good shake. This comes out a pinky colour as well. It's not with that milky colour, this is more of a, you can see the colour at the top. So that's the colour of the splash. It's got a great restrictor on this as well. And I don't hang about, I've just poured it everywhere. Stuff it. Let's go another bit for good luck. And same again. Nothing initially, it feels great. And here it comes. This, oh, it tastes amazing. That's just fucking unbelievable. The brush I used was the Morrison Fondren 3-band Blonde Badger. Holy fuck. Fucking beautiful knot. Really is a beautiful brush. Made a great lather today. It's nothing like this. This is like dipping your face in acid. It's the weirdest fucking sensation ever. My whole face is just dying. RazoRock MG90, Wilkinson Sword, Gillette Wilkinson Sword. Great combination. I will keep that blade in there and use it with a different soap just to see what it's like with a non-ventilated soap. And that's it, the burn's starting to subside a bit now. Now I'm just getting an extreme warming around my face. My eyes are burning, not burning, they're just filling up with water from the menthol. Oh, I tell you what. Once you get past it, it feels great. But when you're going through it, I have to admit, it's not nice, it's not pleasant. That is just full on, like someone squirted the hottest chili sauce in the world on your face. Literally, that's what it feels like. Thankfully, it goes away reasonably quick, but you can see I am red raw. But that'll die away, and within sort of half an hour it'll be fine. My skin will feel great. Post shave will be absolutely exceptional. This already feels great, it really does. So that was finishing off with the Glacial Wintergreen Witch Hazel and Aloe, and then the Glacial Wintergreen Aftershave Splash. It's just incredible stuff. It's a sensation that you have to really experience to realise whether you're going to enjoy it in the end or you're not, because it's hard work getting to the end of it, I can assure you. Anyway, I don't know whether I mentioned it. I did actually win a giveaway, not a giveaway, but I won part of the random names that were picked out of the 7 Sins of Wet Shaving. So I do have a Pasteur's Envy Shave brush heading my way with the black wolf knot in it, so I'm absolutely over the moon. I can't believe it. I wanted one of those brushes when I seen it and just didn't have the funds. I still don't really have the funds for anything, so I'm absolutely over the moon. So for you guys that sort of ran the competition, Jared and Abraham and everyone over there that ran it and all the guys that put into it, thank you very much. And once again I just want to thank the veterans that are still kicking today, the current serving army personnel and navy and everyone else that's serving their country in whatever way that would be, and obviously those that have passed, thank you for your service. Just as another day of it, just as a thank you. And you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I may catch you guys in the next shave. I want to see how we go. Cheers.